Bio, is that the order? Hey, it's incredible.
When you arrive, sort of, you hear it already from a distance as you get close to the edge of the sunlit district.
It's
You hear
raining.
the rush of water, and you see this mist sort of spreading even into the inner circle of that district, as it is heavily raining outside.
Lovely.
Do I know where the rooms are?
Yeah.
Okay.
The rooms would be... So, the largest room, obviously, belongs to Terran, and these 4 smaller rooms are the ones that you once stayed in as well. They're not really permanent rooms, but usually there are some at this guild hall that stay for longer times, and some that, you know, only stay for a couple of nights.
Do I know which one is Lunecasters?
Nope, but you could probably find out very easily by asking probably about anyone.
Soleil runs forth to get out of the rain.
Right, well, do you know where we need to go, Captain?
The rooms are to the right in the hall. I don't know exactly which one is Lunecasters.
Do you have a room here?
I mean, I used to. Stayed here for a bit.
Did your mentor ever stay here?
I would assume so, beggar.
No, your mentor had her quarters at the manor, as you know.
No, she had the manor.
Do you have any sort of research or study or library here?
There is a large collection of books in Terran's office, but not, you know, publicly accessible.
Not
There's the
really.
map room, if you were to look for that, but it's not a
Like
lot of
that.
books in there, mostly just maps and...
I was just thinking that if there's some place that you could think that we might be here looking for, then if that became an issue, then we could state that that's why we're here, instead of directly saying that you're here for Looncaster's room. But,
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
Beggar. Was I staying here before I, arrived at Quartermain's?
So, you probably went to Quartermain's immediately as you arrived at the city. So it's unlikely that you've recently stayed here.
Okay. Never mind then.
would there be anybody that you needed to talk to specifically that you could have a conversation with, Catherine?
Could maybe just talk to Ront.
So that you could say that you're here simply to have a conversation with Ront. Well, if your head of the order is here, then we could go about saying that that's why we're here.
Just as a disclaimer, I'm not the greatest small talker.
Well, that's what Rhett's for.
Right. Oh, yeah, sorry. You want to talk better right now, or?
It's only if we need to, I would imagine.
Okay.
Depending on who's inside.
Actually, we could just talk to... I wanna... Okay.
Why don't we just go in, we'll talk to Ron, see
Abelin,
how the situation evolves.
can this little friend of yours also detect magic
Yes.
of any kind?
Hold on. Let me look at the specifics of this.
Because if I sneak in there, I'm not the most well versed with magic. Could need a little help in case there is some magical protection in that room.
As long as it's roughly within 100 feet of me, then, yes.
So maybe it should come
I'll,
with me then.
Yep, and he'll go and crawl up into your shoulders.
I wanna... The door's closed, right?
The main gate?
Yeah.
Have you tried to open it?
No, like, just, is it shut?
Yes.
Or is
it's
it
shut.
ajar? Can I hear how many people are in the next room?
Do you lean your ear on the door and just listen?
Yeah.
Give me a perception roll.
This has advantage.
Wow.
Wow. Uh, 18.
You don't really hear much from inside at all. Especially with the rain being this loud, just sort of beating on the small roof above you on this front porch. I can't really hear anyone inside.
Alright. It's too rainy.
You
I guess
know,
that's-
just in case you do need to talk, you're making me a little nervous right now. I'm gonna enhance your ability. Eagle Splendor, so you have advantage on charisma checks. The next hour.
Okay, well, let's just get in, I suppose. Nope. Is it locked or open?
Hold on. Why is EDD not? Hold on. Let me restart that
Oh.
real quick.
Bye, DDD.
Oh no, the creature on my shoulder makes me fly. I can't stop. Oh no.
Ah,
Wow, now I can go in through the chimney.
That's a good plan.
There we go.
Mooncastle's room has its own personal chimney. Perfect.
Considering
Yeah.
that it's about representing a bat right now, I don't think it could actually carry you.
I'm a cat. I'm lightweight.
The door swings open underneath all the rain, and yeah, inside is immediately a much warmer air, just sort of pushing out. At the opposite end of the hall, the large fireplace is crackling, and you do see someone in the room. It is Ront, and he's just sort of sitting there, not unlike when you first arrived the day before. Sitting there, a mug of ale in his left hand.
Is he looking at me?
He looks at you as you step inside, but he doesn't say or do anything.
Can I... Can I mouth the words, "Where's Tehran" to him?
He nods his head backwards towards the wall and just relatively quietly, but loud enough that you could hear it, he just says, "Tea,
What?
Tea.
tea."
Tea. Okay. Okay. Walk over here. And I'll mouth the words. Which one's Istavil's?
other one. Loomcasters.
Second.
Loon cat.
Yeah.
Or, right, Looncast.
Second.
Second?
Right.
Give him a thumbs up. I'm gonna assume Soleil heard that.
I'm going to just kind of lay a hand on Rhett's arm and then be like, I have got a headache, and not pay attention to the rest of the world for a bit as I instead look through my familiar.
I lean over to Rond. And where's his office?
He leaves his mug on the table as he points towards the door, adjacent to the guild hall. It's right here in this door that he points to.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Hmm.
Also does have a door from the other side, right? We don't know that, though.
You don't know that.
No.
Catherine would.
I'll make like a flip motion with my hand. Who knows what that means?
Yeah, I have
I
no
think you
clue.
just got flipped off, is what just happened.
What wanted
I
to
think
do for Looncaster anyway
before getting
first.
flipped off.
Yeah, I have
Catherine,
no
do
clue.
you need to message someone? You should just tell me if you do.
There's a back door to the Terran's office. On the other side.
I'll let Soleil know this.
Who's already through the door. But he hears it.
Alright.
And Soleil is so noisy with every step.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just here.
Clink, 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 clink.
Clink, clink, clink.
We gotta take his metal boots off.
So yeah,
Legend of
I
Zelda.
still have no clue which one is Looncaster's room, right?
Second to the right.
Second to the right, okay. I'm gonna try and open the door normally first.
It's locked.
Mission is over, guys. Let's leave.
Ah, shit, locked door. This one, come again some other time.
I'm not a rogue. I have no clue how to open locks.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
I'm a fighter who's a little bit sneaky. That's all.
mm,
I'm coming out again, just like a couple seconds after I left.
what's wrong?
It's locked.
Oh my gosh.
What's
You need me to
wrong?
unlock
Chip
it?
keys.
Let me go. I'm just going.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Probably on Terran's belt.
Oh god.
Mm.
I'm also not a thief, just letting you guys know.
Both of you, please give me a perception roll.
Mhm.
No.
Or...
Wait, who?
The both
Who?
that are in front of Luncaster's room, of
Okay.
course. I'm assuming in the hall where you're just sitting, you're not exactly hiding.
Perception is an 18.
Perfect, because I got a nat 1. Look, I have a headache. I
Faint.
wasn't lying.
Soleil, you hear the door open, and then you hear someone whistling. Just around the corner.
Heifer.
What do you do? You don't see anyone yet.
Figure, would I know roughly how long it can take me to unlock a door if I was trying to unlock a door?
Do you have thief tools?
Yeah. They're one of my tools that I get as an
Probably not very long, but depending on the difficulty
how
of
tricky
the
it
lock,
is. Yeah. If it was a
could
simple
be
lock, that
anywhere
would-
between 10 seconds and a minute.
I go to the corner here and try to look around the corner who's there.
Give me a stealth roll.
Is this door still open?
I assume you would have closed it afterwards?
15.
That's why I'm asking.
Or did you leave it open?
I didn't necessarily close it. Would we have closed the door behind us? Soleil? Probably?
Yes.
Probably. If nothing else, at least mostly. So, I don't know if we would close it all the way, but at least so that there's no direct line of sight.
I rolled a 15 for stealth.
Is that with your modifier?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, you peer around the corner just enough to barely make out that, yeah, there's someone just leaving out of a small door to the side. He doesn't seem to be paying much attention to his surroundings, thus he doesn't seem to have noticed you, but he's definitely walking your direction. Not quite sure where he's going.
I'm gonna.
You wanna take off from my
I'm just gonna walk around the corner.
Oh.
And say, oh, hello.
I'm
As
gonna
soon as
try
you
and-
walk around the corner, you see his hand like automatically move to the side of his sword hilt. And when he recognizes you, he looks confused at first and then a little bit suspicious.
Catherine was
you.
pointing this direction. She said you guys have some good smithing weapons and stuff, and would love to take a look at them. High quality. She pointed this direction, somewhere out of one door to get outside to the smithing tools.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the yard. I was about to go there myself. I could take you, I guess.
Oh, that would be nice.
While they're
So
going,
why
can
exactly you
Yeah.
looking for that kind of stuff?
Yes.
I like blades, light ones. I like to fight with light blades, and I wanted to see if you have.
Well, I mean, we have usually need for more heavier ones, at least most of the people here. There could be something in one of the adjacent rooms, or, I mean, the smithy's here, but I'm not sure if you know how to work one. In the meantime, Evelyn,
I'm trying to pick the lock.
okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
That would be a odd math. I mean, it's over 20. It's 22.
Okay, yeah, you have no problem. It's a sturdy lock. It's an inbuilt lock, but you've opened plenty of these before. After about 20 seconds or so of just fiddling, moving cylinders aside, you move your thieves' tools sideways and you hear a resounding click.
Can I double check to make sure that there's no, like, actual... I doubt it, but just making a quick check to see if there's any traps. I'm not looking very hard for it.
Give me an investigation roll.
That would be a 13.
Not as far as you can tell.
Alright. I will go ahead and open the door. And quietly shut it behind me before trying to look through her room for some sign of information.
Luncaster's possessions seem relatively
They're back.
sparse. There is a large trunk that fills a good corner of the room. Some folded clothing lies in a shelf under the nightstand next to a large, very comfy looking bed. The bed is made, though it looks like the last occupant of the room made it very quickly before hastily leaving. There's a slight dust on the covers, suggesting that it hasn't been touched in a while. Do you go through the room just looking for anything, or do you search anything in particular?
I want to do like a quick cursory around the room just to see if there's like anything that like paper-wise got like dropped and like slid into the bed or left like that out.
Give me an investigation roll with advantage.
That would be a 23.
Yeah. You find
24.
exactly what you were looking for.
Oh, perfect.
A letter, sort of half stuck between the bed and the nightstand. I'm guessing you reach for it and take it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it.
The letter is folded in half, kind of half stuck into an envelope that is still unsealed. It looks as if it may have fallen under the bed at some point, without the writer noticing.
I just want to take a quick look at it. I'm not trying to like read it fully, but does it look like? I don't want to sit here and like read like a diary, but if it looks like kind of what we're looking for,
It's
talk about.
a short passage. It's definitely addressed at Isterville, as you can read at the top. And seeing as this is Luncaster's room, doesn't take a lot to imagine that it is her letter. And I will post it in law.
Oh. Okay. Then I'll pocket that and then probably double check the chest.
The chest appears to be locked as well.
I'll go ahead and look it over for trap.
Give me an investigation roll.
Look, I don't want this to blow up in my face. Let's see. 21, 24.
24. You sort of go through the motions of checking for traps, because, 9 times out of 10, there's no traps. But just as you reach your hands around the back of the chest, alongside one of its larger hinges, you feel a wire.
Oh. Can I try and disarm the trap?
Give me an intelligence roll for that.
Is it using my Tinker's tools or not?
I'm back.
It would.
Okay. That would be 12.
At first you sort of test what kind of trigger it is or what kind of trap it could be. And it looks like if you were to open it, it would pull on the string and loosen some sort of mechanism. So instead of just snapping the wire, you sort of make sure to fasten it on the side of the wall before you then go to snap it with some pliers. And you disarm the trap.
Okay.
Nice work.
Then I'll try and unlock the chest.
Okay, yeah, unlocking the chest doesn't take you very long. It's a relatively simple lock.
Cool.
And give me a 1d100.
Whoa. The flame tongue longsword.
35.
You can roll.
2d10s.
What did you just say?
It was a 35?
No, I mean, he did.
I didn't know you could roll in tabletop.
Yeah, we found it out on
Oh,
this
yeah, yeah.
thingy here,
There,
Over
yeah,
here.
I put a thing in there.
on the, close to Beggar's
It's a
Zone.
rolling tool.
Oh.
You click what you're trying to hit.
You click the
Be like, oh, I
D100
wanna
and then roll and
multiple.
then
Wow.
35, you say. Give me 3d6.
Okay.
ooh,
Dang.
good roll.
You find that amount of gems A quick look over the gems. Seems like they're relatively valuable. They are cut, though not polished. You'd estimate about 50 gold per gem. And then
Holy
give
shit.
me another 1d6.
Another 1d6?
Yes.
4.
And then give me 4 d100s, I guess.
What the hell? Holy shit! What is in the chest?
A lot.
Damn.
41, 78, 38, 48.
Mooncast is fucking loaded, dude.
Inside the chest, you find some leather armor, a crossbow, a couple of bolts, some basic equipment, you'd assume. But also, you see two shimmering red potions, which you know to be potions of healing, and 2 scrolls that are tightly rolled up and closed with a seal.
I will take the potions and the scrolls. Along with the gems, and just pocket those for later. And then I feel like I've probably given a thorough search of the room at this point in time. Although I haven't seen any clues as to technically what her mission was. Outside of the letter. Oh, no, that's probably enough for us to go on.
There is
there
still
anything-
Terran's office, of course.
Yeah.
But yes, it seems like to go through this stuff even further, you'd probably have to, rip open the mattress and stuff. Probably
Right.
a little bit too invasive.
Then I will step out carefully,
Mhm.
making sure that doesn't look like anybody's there.
You don't see anyone.
I'll take a quick second to look through my familiar's eyes to see where Soleil is, to make sure that there's not an issue.
You can see Soleil balance a weapon right now in his hands. What about this one? And he's looking at Heifer.
Sure, if that's light enough for you. I mean, we also have some crossbows or something more ranged further in the chateau to the right. There's a fletching station there, but I mean, like I said, we have some daggers and such, but we're not really, don't really do rapiers and such.
Which is a shame. You know why we're here, right?
Yeah.
Um,
That.
so what's your take on the whole Istavil thing?
Well, I mean, she's always been surrounded by this controversy or that. There's always been trouble surrounding her, even if it wasn't necessarily her fault. I guess I can't really say much to the matter. It's not really my place.
I see. Is there a certain person in this order, except for, of course, the leader, that you think might be worth talking to about Istavil?
Well, I know she and Rond had been close, but I don't know. I've never really seen Luncaster that much at the Order. She's always been more reclusive, and then when her studies started, obviously, hardly seen her since.
I don't want to sound rude, but clarify close.
Well, I myself don't know that much on the matter. As far as I could tell, close friends. Apparently, they'd been through a lot, especially fighting-wise in the earlier days of the Order.
I see. So yeah, that's what Abram basically sees the whole time, just small talking and
Would I
looking
have
at
gathered
weapons.
that there's a door down here?
If Catherine conveyed that to you, then yes.
So I was next to Rhett when Catherine said to tell Rhett, or asked Rhett to pass on the message to Soleil. So I'm assuming I probably would have heard that?
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay. And I will try and come down here. And assume it's locked? I'll double check the door.
Why, yes, it is locked.
I want to try to, like, I want to have been trying to blend in this entire time.
I
Maybe,
mean,
like, get a drink and a meal.
yeah, I mean, it's not easy to blend in as you're pretty much the only people here, aside from Rond. But, I mean, as far as blending in terms of you're just casually there, works well enough. But you do see Terran then enter the hall. And as he spots you, he looks worried for a second. Something else come up?
No, I'm really just trying to rack my brain.
Oh well.
Struggling to really think of.
Well,
Yeah,
that
yes.
and perhaps you would know this, Terran. Are there other werewolves and vampires in the city aside from this order? We didn't really discuss it, but I just sort of assumed there must be.
In Polythreme, it's hard to tell. There are so many people here, especially with these floods of refugees coming in.
Yes, I wondered about that. Is that something that they hear about you and come to you? And
We extend an open hand to those afflicted.
so, have you had any new recruits recently? With, like, as you said, with this flood of.
Not recently.
Well, wouldn't you have expected to?
Not necessarily. Usually, at least amongst certain circles, we are well known. So anyone who would have been afflicted probably would have come to us a longer time ago. Those who don't come usually have their own reasons for doing so. Perhaps they don't seek the order and teachings that we offer.
Sure, that makes sense.
Our
But do you-
affliction does remain a rarity.
Does that ever cause problems for the guild if there's some werewolf that's order? Does that cause problems for the order if there's some werewolf outside the order that causes trouble? Or I'm just gonna keep asking question after question after question.
Politically, not necessarily. We do try to take care of such problems on our own to prove that we are able to take care of these things. But,
that how you get
well, in
the-
the eyes of the people, there's always another thing.
Oh, I see. Well, is that how you get the seat on the council? Like, I can keep going here. I'm just gonna keep asking
Yeah,
Wow.
until he eventually walks away. Like, it says, "No, I need to go."
For the moment, he seems immersed in conversation.
I'm gonna check this door for traps before trying to unlock it.
Investigation.
Ooh. Well, that would be a 13.
Doesn't look like it.
But I'm gonna unlock it.
How exactly do you open the door?
Oh no.
Oh, baby.
I mean, is it locked or was I
It's
able
locked,
to
yeah.
unlock it? So I'd be trying to unlock it with my thieves tools.
Yes,
And then
it's easy enough.
after-
It's not too
Okay.
dissimilar from the other lock.
Okay, then I would just carefully push the handle down. I'm assuming it's like a handle, and try and quietly push it open.
The door swings open.
Becker, you're making me paranoid.
then the TNT goes off.
Good.
Terran's office seems to contain a large number of bookcases and scrolls. Documents are strewn across the table. Most of these documents, from a glance, seem like contract forms, some sort of bureaucracy.
I'm gonna try and look around to see if there looks like there's any place in particular that maybe is better, either like a hidden drawer or something that's locked that maybe you'd keep more confidential information in.
Give me a investigation roll with advantage.
Oh, that's 20. 30, 20.
Also, there's a point of inspiration because you keep looking exactly every time. You definitely. I mean, there's a lot of, there among the bookcases. There's numerous places where one could hide things, but there is a drawer under the main table. It's not exactly hidden, but it also seems to have a lock on it.
Okay. I'm gonna check it for traps and then try and unlock
roll.
it. I'm like, oh. I'm gonna give this back to you, Becker, and use my inspiration real quick.
Okay.
That would suck too. Better than the last one though. So that's gonna be a 13, 16.
You feel around the drawer very carefully, even going as so far as to crouch under the table and check the backside. You can't see any sort of trap mechanisms attached to the drawer.
Then I will unlock it.
Okay. Yeah, in the meantime, Terran tells you about, a lot of contracts they did for the city, and they helped a lot, especially when the Blight first appeared. And, since the Blight still is a large problem, they are still constantly helping out with those issues. So that's sort of how they earned their spot in the council. And you unlock the drawer.
Yes. Very easily.
The documents within the drawer do catch your attention immediately. They seem to detail resources, caches. Some of them are writs of debt owed to the Order. But one document in particular seems to be written in code.
Alright. I'm not going to take the document, but I'm going to quickly memorize the document so that I can rewrite it for myself later. But I don't want it to be noticeable that there's stuff missing.
Give me an intelligence roll.
Oh no, this one.
I have keen mind.
I do have keen mind, but we're not going over that. That would be a 18.
Yeah. Down to, the marring on the paper, you picture and you memorize an exact mental image of the paper. And then you leave it in the drawer, and I assume you close it.
I close it and I try and lock it again.
Okay.
And then I'm going to leave the same way I came, trying to lock the door again on my way out.
Yeah. You lock the door.
And I'm going to look through my familiar to see where Soleil is.
Still outside.
Still
Probably
there,
still talking
soaked to the bones.
I mean, this area here would probably
Okay.
have a little bit of a roof.
Okay.
That I'm going to make my way out this door as if I'm trying to go find Soleil instead of going back to the others. Because I don't trust that that's safe because I can't see over there. And I probably can hear them talking.
Yeah, I mean, you hear him through the door. He's right in front of it.
Yeah. So I'm going to make my way to Soleil instead. As I jump in the
Okay.
river.
Yeah, back in the room, you hear the conversation slowly finish up as Taryn just says, "Anyway, enough about the Order and its history. It's long and there's much to be said, but I have some business to attend to."
I kind of glanced at Catherine because I don't know if they're done in there or not.
His
Neither do
hands on the
I.
door. He opens the door and he goes through.
I'm half tempted just to follow him and ask where the bathroom is, so I'm probably going to.
You just follow him?
Why don't you just send a message?
I don't know where they are, and I'm outside.
Somewhere around the corner, you hear a door close.
This way, and I knew that they were on the right side. So that makes me more comfortable.
What is that?
Looks like a cat.
Oh, it's a cat. Okay, let's see.
It's you.
Wow.
You've been
So
in
what?
there the whole
What are you
time.
doing?
Wow.
Bro.
Step bro.
Step
Oh,
cat.
Christ.
Soleil, I
Yeah.
think we were looking to head out to here soon. To go on with our investigation.
Okay. I'm gonna put back whichever weapon I hold right now and put it back on the table and nod at Hafer. Thank you for your help here.
He nods somewhat enthusiastically. Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna follow Abel.
Go this way. Gotta go this way instead.
Yeah, first slowly and in the end Slay just starts running because he's getting wetter and wetter.
It didn't help that much. You are drenched at this point.
I'm gonna push open
Oh,
the door. Well, as fun as this weather is, are we ready to head out?
I believe so.
If you say we are.
Taking Kira back.
I'll give Rob
Yeah, let's go outside again,
a nod of thanks.
says the drenched cat.
You see it in the distance, not too far from here. Like a nice, large ceiling, just, the upper district above. As soon as you're there, no more rain. Despite the absence of light, you are grateful right now for the way. I keep saying yeah!
It's not compass,
For the way
beggar.
Polythreme is built!
It's been like a year.
There may or may not be a reason for that.
Oh, beggar.
Okay.
Well, there was a note in whatever her name was, his room.
Looncaster.
Right, that one. And here it is, and I'll pass it out.
Yeah, you see this sort of... You're not quite sure if this letter was ever finished. There's no signature or anything. But she hands out the letter that I posted in law.
So it seems that she intended to stop us, Devin?
Terminating.
Hmm.
whatever it was that Ista was doing, specifically Lucaster knew about it and wanted to stop it and intended to do it. You seemingly knew how to. And additionally, there was a note that I'll have to write out. I didn't want to take it from Tehran's office. But it was in code, and it would probably take a bit of time to code unless, Catherine, you're familiar with a code that might be used in your order?
Give me a history check, Catherine.
Hmm.
DC is 18.
Oh joy, do I get an advantage?
Nope.
Nice. Oh wait, I'm rolling 2, okay. Grab one.
Do I get advantage? No, still rolling 2 dice.
Nice! That's not enough.
Give me an insight check then.
Ah,
You killed Red on the way.
no.
I mean, you could probably ask someone, but asking would probably...
Not a clue.
Let's just ask
Right,
her
then it might take me some time to try and...
Sorry,
I'm
it's
very
really
helpful.
hard to hear you, Freya. I think your mic might be dying.
No, I put on the noise suppression.
Oh, okay.
No, never put that on.
Yes, it's like...
Yeah,
Well, but
does
otherwise
not-
it makes weird noises.
Yeah, I mean, but the noise suppression just... You could put it on push to talk.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. That's true.
Just don't forget to push it when you talk.
Yeah.
Well, I usually see when my microphone lights up, but I don't know.
Sorry, what was that you said last?
Nothing important.
Okay.
But it was written in code. I could rewrite it out, but it's probably gonna take a bit of time to break the code without a key. Unless you had someone else you thought you could ask in your order.
The only person I think I could trust enough to ask would be Grunt. He's back in there though.
I'd like to spend some time with it and try and see if I can come up with anything.
We have time. I mean, we have the time to.
And in the meantime, we could probably make our way to see if we couldn't find anything down in the lower district with either looking in the jail or talking to the coal.
I'm still really curious about where this other laboratory is down there as well.
Basement,
Right.
Hmm.
But it
That's
doesn't seem like anyone's mentioned that.
It's a lot of ground to cover, and I don't know
Right.
if I could pick up the scent. It's been like 5 days. It's raining now.
Right.
So I'm wondering if she bought some new property.
Well, I think that the only really clear clue we have right now is, or clues we have right now, is to either go and to the jail, to the coal miners, or we could go in an entirely different direction and ask after a Vadar or something like that. Or we could go and deal with the cleaners, which I'm not sure how much people want to deal with that either.
They can't set us on fire in the rain, right?
It is a little
mean,
difficult trying to question them without making yourself a target. So it just depends on if you care about that or not.
I mean, we could at least try to talk to them.
Maybe we can just
High
pretend
cleanser.
to be interested in their faith and let them talk or something.
How public was it that Istival and Parable didn't like each other?
Very.
Yeah, so it would be obvious to go ask him. We don't have to like accuse him of anything, but just ask if he knows anything.
My gut feeling, which might be wrong, is maybe whoever did it is trying to frame the cleansers. That's probably the most obvious choice.
We could definitely try and ask around, but
Then we could maybe ask them who would have like a reason to frame them, or if they can think of any other suspects. If they have
Don't
any.
seem like reasonable talking type of people, really, to be honest.
And he's a high cleanser. It's going to be a bit difficult to get to him.
Seems like the Colas Guild we already have an in with.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like the easiest route to go for now.
alright, then to the Colors Guild.
So,
Make our way there while I'm trying to see if I can figure out this code in the way.
Making my way downtown.
I'm gonna send it to Graves. Graves!
Wait, did we get a code?
Yeah, it's over on my... you can take a look at it if you want to.
Let me.
I just, in character, would have to like sit down and write down to show you what this looks like. Because I memorized this.
Yeah. I mean, in character, Kara's probably not the one who's gonna solve it.
yep, same.
I think I didn't write down the key, but I mean, it's easy enough to solve. I have the original text. But yeah. I forgot to save the document anyways.
Oh my god. I feel like the 48 is like 48 hours.
I mean,
I would say that we could stop here very easily. Also giving you time to, decrypt that code. It's not necessarily hard.
Hold on, then I'm gonna.
I don't want to brag, but I solved the last one in 2 hours.
But it would give you also time to, deliberate on what you want to do next. And I am kind of feeling my throat a little bit. I could go
Yeah,
for
that's fine.
like the rest of the hour, but probably not much longer.
Yeah, no, I'm having a headache, so I wouldn't mind stopping.
Just don't close the game yet, Bagger. I'm trying to copy this down.
Screen cap it.
Also, since I was AFK for
I
a couple
could do
minutes, I can rewatch Who the Hell is Aelith.
What do you mean? It's
Aelith is our
the-
cook.
Yeah, I know, it says
quote-unquote
the
question
cook.
mark.
Yeah, I wanna know more about this question mark thingy. How this
The cook?
happened.
There isn't much more to know. We just hired him on the spot. It was
He was a pirate. He's gonna rob us.
exactly.
Nice. Good work, guys. Good
Oh,
work.
he's super he's really
Yar
nice.
har matey. Shiver me booty. That's
We
how
asked
much
him in-
timbers you've got there.
He literally said bucket, kicked over his cart, and followed us.
You return to find Quartermates has been turned into a giant ship.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, that would be kind of neat.
Nice. Wow.
I have the code.
Yahoo, yahoo, yahoo.
Thanks.
Nice.
There's a lot of X's in that comment.
There are a lot of X's. It's also a lot of GDTs. I'm sorry, XGTs.
Extreme sports.
BDDT.
Are you?
But we could say at least that at some point in time, if people felt like trying to break the code, then Evelyn did sit down and write it out and showed it to you.
Yeah. I'd imagine you'd have headed back to Quartermain's for a little bit of this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god.